This is question number 14 of homework 12 for chapter 11. In an initial Nash-Bertrand equilibrium, two firms with differentiated products charge the same equilibrium prices. A consumer testing agency praises the product of one firm, causing its demand curve to shift to the right as new customers start buying the product. The demand curve of the other product is not substantially affected. Using a graph to illustrate how this new information affects the Nash-Bertrand equilibrium, assume the figure to the right illustrates the best response curves for two firms with differentiated products. These best response curves initially intersect at E1. Then suppose the demand curve for firm 1 shifts to the right. So number 1, using the 9 join tool, graph a new best response function for firm 1. Label this firm 1's new best response function. So in this case, the consumer testing agency praises the product one firm, causing its demand to shift to the right. So when the demand shifts to the right, price has to go up, so the firm can charge a higher price because of the higher demand. So in terms of the Bertrand model, because the Bertrand model, two firms, two oligopolistic firms use the price as their strategy to play a game with each other. So fixing the price of the other firm, this firm which has whose demand has increased, it can charge a higher price. So in terms of the best response function, we can imagine this best response from once the best response curve must shift to the right, because that's consistent with what we said about when we fix the price of the other firm. So it's like on this horizontally, when we fix the price of the other firm, and then firm 1 can charge a higher price. So graphically speaking, the best response curve for firm 1 must shift to the right. So now we can draw this. One point is here. This is a bit slow because probably I'm recording this, so probably slow down the speed a little bit. So the other point, we can put it like that. As I said earlier, my Econ Lab actually allow a very flexible way of drawing this, so you don't have to draw two parallel lines. Right? As long as they shift to the right, your answer will be marked as correct. So number 2, using the point join tool, indicate the Nash-Bertrand equilibrium prices for the firms. Label this point E2. So we know that the Bertrand equilibrium is the intersection of the two best response curves. Firm 2's best response curve doesn't move because there's no increase in demand for firm 2's product. So the best response curve for firm 2 remains the same, but firm 1's best response curve shifts to the right. So now their new intersection is right here. So that's our new equilibrium point, Bertrand equilibrium. So we can fix this point here. Okay, so this is our E2. So check my answer. Good job. So we can see that the second part of this question is asking us how does the new equilibrium prices of both firms compare with the original prices. So we can see graphically that compared with E1, E2 has a higher price for both firms. Right? So for firm 1, that's easy to understand because, as we said, the demand for firm 1's product is going up. So firm 1 can charge a higher price. So what's the intuition for firm 2 also to charge a higher price? I think the intuition comes from if we look at the best response curve. The firm 2's best response curve slopes upward, which means that if firm 1 charges a higher price, then firm 2 will also charge a higher price. And because firm 1 now charges a higher price in the new equilibrium, so firm 2 can also charge a higher price. That's why E2, both prices for this point, new equilibrium point, E2, both firms charge a higher price. So let's check that answer. Firm 1's new equilibrium price is higher, and firm 2's new equilibrium price is also higher. So check my answer. Fantastic.